Question 15. Even in this corrupt, declining age of the world, is it possible to attain enlightenment through this practice? Reply. In the teaching schools, they focus on various classification systems, yet in the true meaning of Mahayana, there is no distinction of true, semblance, and final Dharma. And it is said that all who practice will attain the way, especially in this simply transmitted true Dharma, both in entering Dharma and in embodying it freely. We receive and use our own family treasure. Only those who practice know on their own whether they attain enlightenment or not. Just as those who use water notice on their own if it is cold or warm. Question 16. Someone said, in Buddha Dharma, those who thoroughly understand the principle that mind itself is Buddha, even if they do not chant sutras with their mouths or practice the Buddha way with their bodies, still lacking nothing at all of Buddha Dharma. Simply knowing that the Buddha Dharma exists in the self from the beginning is the perfect accomplishment of the way. Outside of this, you should not seek from other people, much less take the trouble to engage the way in Zazen. Reply. These words are total nonsense. If it is as you said, how could anyone with conviction fear to understand when taught this principle? You should know that Buddha Dharma is studied by truly giving up the view that discriminates self and others. If just knowing that the self is itself, Buddha was attainment of the way, Shakyamuni would not have taken the trouble in ancient times to give guidance. Now, I will confirm this with an excellent example from that's actually Zukan's part. So that is all. That's the end of my part. So hi, very nice to meet all of you here. So let's address this question number 15. Like during my first Rinko in Gakudo Yujinshu, it seems like this is my karma all the time to kind of like to question myself what exactly is the maple. So for those of you who are new, who do not know what maple refers to, it actually refers to the last age of it's so called like the age when the teachings of Buddha and practice and enlightenment are not possible anymore, and it is said to be the age where disasters and a lot of like fake teachings would appear, and that is the age of maple. And before the maple, there are two ages, and that is the age of the true Dharma, which occurs after the death of Buddha. Some scriptures claim it to be 500 years, because and others claim it to be 1,000, but they claim it to be 500. It's because of the ordination of woman, and then it's reduced to 500. As always, history is always blaming women. And then there is the Zoho. So Zoho is in between the beginning and the end. The Zoho is when practice is still kind of possible, like the teachings are still around, but enlightenment is not possible anymore. And then so I kind of researched a little bit into like how this structure of ages came about, whether it really appeared in the Pali scriptures or like the scriptures that came from India. And from my sources, the only time there was ever mentioned of this, of this age, of this like final Dharma, when how do I put it? When the Dharma would kind of like decline, was actually mentioned in the Daiho Do Daiju Ga Chi Zokyo. This is very long. ご一緒さんはわかりますか？じゃあ、this is so actually this is in English it's called the Great Collection Sutra. So it was a very important reference for many like Japanese monks, like for example Kyodai. So but it didn't, how to say, so in the Gachi Zobun section there is a mention that there's a mention of like a decline where after like when monks would start to look for fame and profit, and then they would put on robes and then they would engage in trade or agriculture just like anyone. So that would be the age characterized by disasters. But as to how there was a precise, how to say, categorization of like true dharma, imitation and final, there's not so much of a there's no like precise classification. So the only mention of true dharma and imitation dharma was in Samyutta Nikaya. It's how to say, so it mentions that that there would be a decline of this of how to say, sorry,